Okay, here we are, 28th or so, 29th of October. It's been raining pretty good. So most of the water that's coming down the road actually crosses over and goes to this side of the road. We'll get to that in a minute. There's a good amount of water that comes off of the hill here. So we got a lot of water here before it even gets down to our area. But all the water that's on this side is pretty much coming from the hill. As we cross over, like I said, this water coming down here, pardon the fast pan, is staying along this side of the road, and it looks to me like it's going into the railroad easement up here, as I would expect it to do. So yeah, that's following the same route it did before. And so coming back over to the north side, we're getting some pooling here. And there we are there. So what I want to know now is how much water is coming out on the discharge side of these culverts. With the covers on them, it's going to be kind of slow. It's a little soft here. So let's go over here and take a look. Ooh. Ooh. Slippery. So there's not a lot of visible water coming out of these, except the one at the very end. The last three, I can see water coming out of them. The farthest three, if the that one's got a little silt in it there. Now if I can get back up the hill here, let's see. Whew. Let me see how high up on the culverts the water is on this side. Yeah. Yeah, so if the covers were off of those, this water would not be standing here. But the covers need to be on right now. Got a hard time getting my foot out of that one. It's interesting. See the color difference in the water? That's the water coming down the hill that's crossing onto the property. Is that the freshwater version of brackish? Water's flowing pretty good down around this way. Let's see. So that's running. Oh, I mean, I got my foot out of that one. See if I can capture that water flowing. So this is it's supposed to be the high point. I'll need to talk to Alfredo about this. At this point, the water is supposed to run separate directions. So over here, let's see what these culverts are like, what the water level is. Yeah. So the water is 6 inches up above the bottom of the culverts. So that water would normally be flowing through the culverts as well. But what's not working here like it's supposed to is down here about the midpoint, about right there, it's supposed to slope back this way to these culverts and then to the big culverts on the other end. Crossing over. All this was nice and smooth last night. So we've got discharge coming out of there, hitting the silt fence. Okay. Let's go see up here around the corner, because this is what I was really curious about as well. This is going to be a long, boring video. Okay. So, Wade, this is exactly what you and I had thought it was and discussed. Our hole here is backing up. It's overflowing a little bit there, crossing over to the other side. I wonder if we could do something temporary to help drain that. Let's get to the road here in a minute. Let's see what we got going on here. So there's the discharge coming out of that. The filter fabric just doesn't allow much water to come through. So I'd have to say that looking at this, I think the overall plan is going to work okay once we can get if we can get everything established and get the dead gum covers off of the culverts. More later.